Fuck you.
Okay, like zero fucks. Hey there guys, Ironic Rebound here. So let me try this again. I think I've tried a couple times, my camera kept cutting out for some reason. It's only for the win though. But yeah, I've had a few people ask regarding my headlamp. One of the first few things I did, rather affordable and easy change, was replacing the stock halogen bulb with an LED. Now most motorcycles come with your halogen type bulb, a fairly yellow bulb, and on this bike in particular there's two side markers, LEDs, that are very bright clean white, and the contrast really bugged me from day one. So links are below. Picked it up at Amazon for about 70 bucks for a pair. First thing you want to watch out for is if you specifically search for motorcycle LED, most retailers will sell you a single bulb, whereas if you just search for the specific application bulb that you need, you'll typically get a car application or the car model, which is the exact same for the same price for two of them. So I picked up two for about 70 bucks off of Amazon and had no issues. Now the LEDs I went with, like I said, links below, the Car Rover Cree LED. A couple things to look out for in my understanding when it comes to the bulbs is the wattage, the number of bulbs, the number of actual LEDs that's on the bulb itself. You want to make sure you've got bulbs on, or LEDs on top and bottom, so that you get a nice even spread of light. I have seen some LEDs on some bikes where the pattern when it hits the road is rather diffused and distorted. The LEDs I went with have a very clean, even spread, and so you want to look for the number of bulbs on the top half and the bottom half. This kit comes with a ballast, the bulb itself. The bulb has a fan on it built in, and it comes with a couple glass tubes as well as what they call a CAN bus driver. My understanding of that is some of the newer cars and vehicles have a sensor that tells you when the bulb is out, and due to the lower wattage consumption, the lower consumption of the bulbs, LED bulbs, this sort of corrects the system so your car doesn't trip a faulty signal or a faulty warning. It also comes with, like I said, these glass tubes. You can actually cover the bulb housing or the bulb itself with these glass tubes. It does diffuse the light somewhat. I think it adjusts the color a little bit. I didn't use them. I have no issues not using them. Installation is pretty much direct replacement. The only issue that I had, because the lights themselves come with I think I'm going down this way. Yeah, I am. Because the lights have an attached fan on them, I wasn't able to get the stock rubber grommet or housing back on. I installed it without that. I've had no issues. I'm sure with some modification you could probably get it on there. Involves some cutting. I've had no issues with condensation or with moisture inside the actual lamp housing, which I think is the only reason that's there. And I've run in temperatures of nearing 0 degrees or 32 Fahrenheit, and I've had no issues. I've also run in heavy rains and I've had no issues. So the installation was pretty easy. Check your owner's manual. It doesn't involve, in this case, doesn't involve taking off any fairings or anything like that. So it's pretty easy in most cases. There is a wire, a plugged wire with the ballast. I've got that zip tied right up in here. It's out of the way, and I zip tied the wiring to some of the framing that's under there, so it doesn't go anywhere. The connection itself I did wrap in electrical tape as well, just because that is a bit of exposed wiring. It's not exposed, I mean it's a flush fit, but because water does get in there and I ride in the rain, I did wrap that up and cover it. So you may want to do similar, but there's probably no need. More so if you're a fair weather rider, there's definitely no need for it. I've had it now for, it's got to be going on 6 months. Let's say 15 to 20,000 kilometers later, and I run with high beams on often, as most will notice. I think it's safer during the day. At night, on country and city roads where there's oncoming traffic, I will turn it down to the low beam. But during the day I run with high beam all the time, had no issues. And also you want to check your owner's manual for the specific bulb. In this case it's the H4 bulbs. I think a lot of bikes and a lot of cars have that as a standard. It's a single bulb for high and low beam. Some bikes will require 2 bulbs. You'll have to purchase those separately, obviously, and it'll cost you a little bit more. But yeah, like I said, the H4 bulb in this case. As far as performance, overnight, nighttime, I do ride occasionally some country roads with very little lighting or poor lighting. I do ride with a tinted visor. The light is much whiter, much brighter. I find one of the biggest things is the reflectivity of signs, road signs, turn signs, lane indications, speed. Those types of signage are highly reflective, and either the color or the LED itself really works really well with that. You've got a lot more visibility way ahead of that, whereas with the halogen it was very poor at night. It doesn't specifically light any further on the road, but it's much whiter and brighter, and the spread pattern, like I mentioned, is very clean, very solid white light. I'll try and cut in a couple clips here of nighttime riding and you'll have a look at that. But yeah, otherwise I've had no issues with overheating, with heating of the housing excessively that you see with HIDs. No issues with the fan. The fan that's on the bulb, you can hear it if you've got the bike in the on position and the motor's not running. You can hear a slight hum of the fan, but with the bike on, my bike in particular, I can't hear it. And I've had no issues with that, because I know there have been some complaints in the past people mentioned. But all in all, a fantastic application, fantastic upgrade. I think I wanted to go down there. No, maybe I will. Fantastic upgrade. Easy to do, cheap, fairly cheap. It's safe, it looks better. So definitely worth the install. Again, links in the description below. Those are Amazon links, and worth your buy. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope that helps. If you have any other questions or comments or issues or concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. We will catch you next time. Ride safe. What's this? I think I can get a nice shot here.
Fuck you.
Okay, like zero fucks. Hey there, guys. Ironic Rebound here.